Hi everyone, and today we're looking at Classroom.Cloud, and we are going to be looking at the thumbnail view. So I've started the classroom here, and I've got the view now of my student screen. So Taster Student 1 and Taster Student 2. So I can see that Taster Student 1 is just on their background here, and I can see that Taster Student 2 is on Google Classroom. Now these will update if students go on to other things. As you can see, they're flicking through their tabs. There's probably about a second delay, which is actually pretty good for this sort of screen monitoring program. So what we've got here, we've got a few options that we can use. We can get student names, which will allow us just to pull up a list of student names that they enter from their computers. We can decide to lock their screens, and this will be one of the most common tools that you use. So you'll notice there that I hit get student names, and that's sent out to everyone. So at the moment I've got no one selected. So if I lock screens, that's going to lock the screens of all the students in the class. I can see there that the lock icons are on, and I can see what the student would see, this locked screen. If I unlock, it will unlock everyone as well. Again, these are probably going to be two of the most common tools that you'll end up using. However, if I just wanted to lock out Taster Student 2, I would click on them, click lock, and you will see in this case it's only applied to the student that I have selected. Again, I can unlock them and let them have the use of their computer. There's an option here for rewards, where you can give virtual rewards, but that doesn't match up with many schools' behaviour systems at present. You can send a student a message. So again, I've got Taster Student 2 selected. And then that will send it over to them in a little message box that you can see has popped up there, which then they can select. So good if you don't want to bring verbal attention to someone, you can just send them a little message saying get back on task or great work. Uh, you can see that we have here student desktop. That doesn't do anything on Chrome. We can use quick launch, which is a really useful tool. So here, if I select the quick launch, it will come up. I put a URL in here and click launch URL, and that will automatically push that website out to all of the students in the class or the students that I've selected. So if you want to send out a quick link or get all the students onto one page really quickly, a really good way of doing that. As we move over, we have watch. So what watch will allow us to do is if I click on Taster Student 2 again and click watch, this will bring up their screen. So here we can see their screen, and if they change some things, you will see that again with maybe about a second delay on it, but you will see exactly what's happening on their screen. You have the option here to make it smaller or larger, and a really useful tool is the screenshot tool. So if they go onto something and you wanted to prove what they have gone onto, you can hit take a screenshot, and that will then save directly into your My Drive. So a really useful tool there, especially for behavior management or evidencing. As we go along, we have share screen, which will allow you to push out your screen so you can show something you're demonstrating to an individual rather than the whole class. You can do random select, so you can randomly select a student. That won't ping up on your screen, that will ping up on their screen though, so it can be a little bit disruptive, I found. Lesson details, if you've included them, can be found there. Now, these options here of power off, restart, log out, log in, restart a student are only available on PC. For Chrome, you can see that they are grayed out and you can't actually do anything with them. We've got help request and we've got refresh that will refresh those help requests. Help request here, we can see if any students have selected that help request and we would see what they wanted help with. So we can also make our thumbnails larger so we can get a better view or smaller. And if I click scale to fit, that will automatically scale the student screens depending on the size of my screen. We have a couple of little views that we can use as well. So we can change the view just to see the students' individual blocks without their screens, or we can have a little look here and see what they currently have access to, what their computer charge is, and what networks we are on. I find, though, the thumbnail the most useful view. I would suggest that if you are fine with every student in class seeing what is happening, a good way to monitor this is actually to cast it up onto your board if you're not casting anything else. It's really easy then for you or your TA to have a look and see what everyone's doing from around the class, and students are aware that their screen is being monitored in that way. But again, that won't work for every class. So that's the thumbnail view. That's all the things you can do in it. We're going to look at the ad monitoring and the web monitoring in the next couple of videos.